Hey, and welcome to week 31 of The Real DVD Watchers. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I just feel like it. I'm lame. Anyways, so it's me here, Tom, on Wednesdays, as always. So the movie that I chose to review today is something that I just saw a couple months ago. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. It's so funny. It's the perfect blend of horror and comedy, and there's great lines, great characters, and it's so quotable. Like, it's just an awesome movie, especially from... Okay, the movie's from Ghost House Underground, and they haven't done a lot of really good movies. I mean, fuck, they did that stupid fucking Lordy movie with those videos where they serenade women. It's bullshit. Adam, if you're watching this, it's bullshit. Joseph Stalin, it's bullshit. But anyways, the movie is just great. I was actually really impressed because I was reading stuff on Bloody Disgusting and in Rue Morgan. They're like, this movie is so good. It's gonna hit with a certain audience, and it's gonna be huge for that audience. Everyone who has seen this movie, at least that I know of, has loved this movie. So it's just excellent, excellent. So the movie that I'm reviewing today is Dance of the Dead. Basically, what this movie is about this young man in high school named James Dunn, or Jimmy Dunn. And basically what happens, it's the night of prom, and anything bad that happens can, like him and his girlfriend have this big, huge fight, and she's like, well, then we're not going to prom. Mainly because Jimmy has a very slackerish attitude about him, and he doesn't really take anything seriously. And I think the final nail in the coffin is when she's like, don't you take anything seriously? Like, is all things to you a joke? He's like, no. She's like, well, am I a joke to you? He's like, no. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. And she's like, Jimmy, I just want to be romanced once, and it'd be nice if you did things that her boyfriend like, and I'm a woman, and I need to do womanly things. And he's like, oh my god, I cannot believe you just called yourself a woman. It's this great movie. And then basically what happens is that because Lindsay, who is his girlfriend, decides to take this real douchebag Mitch to the prom instead, and the Sci-Fi Club are out investigating just like weird stuff in a graveyard, and they see this crypt open, and they walk inside, and there's a coffin laid down from one of the catacombs. It's been thrown out, and they finally open it, and no one's inside, and they turn around, and behind their friend Rod, and behind him is a zombie that proceeds to grab him and feast upon his fleshy brains. And it just gets so awesome from there, mainly because the zombies run, but I can overlook that just because this movie is just so great, because there's so many great jokes, and the characters are just so likable. I mean, from here it becomes like this struggle to survive, because Lindsay really wants to find Jimmy just so that way she can be alright. The leader of the Sci-Fi Club, Jules, is very much out to protect himself, and it's just hilarious. Like, this is part where Lindsay is struggling behind, and they run into this funeral home, right? I know what you're thinking, it's stupid, but just bear with me. And she's running to the door, and Jules is like, shut the door! And he's like, and her friend George is like, no, dude, she's gonna make. He's like, no, she'll never make it. Close the fucking door. So finally she jumps in it and everything's fine. But like, Lindsay is great because like, she's like this average girl, but then she has like these great lines where it's like, if you're not gonna help me, you need to get the F out of here. And then there's like this like weird psychopath who like goes to her school named Kyle Gruber, and he's just fucking nuts, but he makes for a really good comic relief as well. And just, you really have to see this movie to like understand where I'm going with this. But basically the movie becomes, we have to stop these zombies before they kill the whole town. And there's one other element that two other elements that I forgot. The first one being the band in the movie, the Quarter Punks. They're just hilarious. Like they pretty much opened up the movie somewhat after like the first opening scene. Is their song which they cover, the Youth Brigade's "Someone's Gonna Get Their Head Kicked In Tonight." It's a great song. And just the way how they perform it, it's great. And like each and every band member is different. Ash, the lead singer, is just great. And then there's the gym teacher. Oh my god, he's like this ex-military guy, and he has some of the best lines. Like when Jimmy gets into detention, and he's asking them all these rhetorical questions, except he's told them not to speak. And so the gym teacher is like, so what do you think, Dunn? And Jimmy's like, sir, you told me not to speak. He's like, that's right, sissy boy! That just earned you 30 more minutes on the Brick Channel. All brick, all the time! Because he's staring at a brick wall. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Seriously, this movie is just great. And the gore is okay in this. Like, it's from Ghost House Underground, so don't expect too much from it. The writing is great. I always forget who wrote this. Joe Balrani wrote this. He did a great job. I really want to see more of his movies, and Greg Bishop directed it. Greg had such great vision, and he just knew just to toy around with what he could. Like, honestly, it really makes me want to see more of his work, and just, it's great because, like, it blends the perfect mix of horror and comedy. Granted, it does do more comedy, but it focuses it on from, like, a teenage sort of style, but the comedy is also more adult too. But like, it does have hints of somewhat of a teen movie, but it's really not, because there's these great gore scenes where, like, the coach rips out a zombie's spine and holds it above his head, like in Mortal Kombat, or when certain characters die. There's a great axe to the face scene. Oh, it's just great. But nonetheless, though, I highly suggest you check out this movie, Dance of the Dead. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it a 10 or a 9. This movie is just so much fun. It's so great, and any zombie enthusiast can love it to pieces. Even if you just like the horror comedies, definitely check this out, because I could not stop laughing when I first saw this movie. It is just so great, and it's loaded with bonus features, oddly enough, especially for Ghost House Underground, because, like, most of my other ones don't have anything on them. But nonetheless, though, it's great, and you really need to check this out. Personally, I think it's better than Shaun of the Dead. Don't get me wrong, I really like Shaun of the Dead, but to me, this was just better. Highly check it out. Highly recommend it. It was just fucking awesome. So that was it. As always, Matt is up tomorrow, and I will see you guys all over in my channel for my DVD update. So, later.